Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 8:03 a.m., and you are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It is a brand new day. It's Wednesday. We're going halfway through the week. It's the 8th, right? Mm-hmm. It is the 8th. Mm-hmm. It's the 8th of November. I knew that. I was just making sure that you guys at home knew that. We have a great show for you guys today. Our friend Aaron Hawkins, filmmaker and director, producer, and so many other great things, is here with us. But not only that, because Veterans Day has come up, he's also a Navy and an Army vet, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. How you feeling today?
Doing good. How you doing?
Good to see you, man. I'm all right, man. You know, same old soup, just reheated. You know, my brother's doing pretty good today.
Absolutely.
Before we go any further today, I want to give a couple shout-outs. Rogelio Esparza, good morning to you. Daniel Calderon, good morning to you as well. Aisha Saxon, Ruby Sue, Housewife of Horror, so many great people. Tanner House, so many of our dear friends have been hitting us up. Before we get our interview, I also want to give a special shout-out to the state of Indiana. A couple days ago, we got a great message on our social media from a listener in Indiana. He was like, "Yo, he's from Aurora originally. I'm not gonna give his name out there, but he's from Aurora originally. Moved away some years ago, but he watches Good Morning Aurora, and he said he appreciates it because it allows him to stay in tune with what's going on in Aurora, and he feels like he never left. Appreciate that." But now let's get to you.
All right.
Filmmaker.
Yep.
Director.
Yep.
Producer.
Yep.
Writer.
Yep.
So many things.
Yep.
Where were you born and raised?
I was actually born and raised I was born in St. Charles and raised in Batavia.
Okay.
Graduated high school in Batavia in 93.
All right.
And I just
93. Pictures were in black and white. And was that when? Okay.
Actually, no.
Abraham Lincoln?
No. No, they would chisel them out on stone back then. So you call me old? Oh. Man, I'm hurt.
That's all good, man. But Batavia,
yep.
St. Charles area.
Yep.
Now, Evil Lurks
yes.
is how you and I first started knowing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Interviewed you for Evil Lurks. Got to meet you.
Yeah.
Talk about Evil Lurks.
Evil Lurks is a film that I actually started writing as a short film, back in 2017.
Okay.
And then to make a long story short, I rewrote it with another writer of mine and filmed it in 6 months in 2019. Everyone knows what happened in 2020. I'm not going to rehash that.
Right.
And
got to go there.
Yeah, exactly. It was released July of last year. We had our premiere at Charlestown 18 Theater. Sold out crowd, sold out theater, everything. It was great.
Okay.
And then shortly after that, it was put into online distribution to platforms like Apple TV, Plex, Tubi. Those are actually my top three.
Okay.
That out of 14 platforms that it's on. So it's on a platform called Cineverse, which is also previously known as Cinedigm. That's the same company that did Terrifier 2. So I'm in good company with them. So
yeah, not bad.
It's a pretty good movie. And then the company that works with Evil Lurks as far as getting it out there distribution-wise asked me if I would be interested in physical media distribution. Of course I'm going to take that offer because why not? Because horror fans love their physical media, myself included. I love physical media. That's all I have. I have a bunch of physical media, DVD, Blu-ray, and that sort of thing. If I were to bring them out here and put them on this desk here, it would cover the desk twice, if not more.
Right.
So yeah, the horror fans are big into physical media.
Time is 8:08. Good morning to Valerie as well. Good morning to you. And check it out. We got a beautiful lower third right there. I hope that you guys like it after going through so many versions that were somewhat whack. We settled on what I think is a great one. So let us know what you guys think about it. I think it adds a nice little dynamic to the show.
Yeah, it does.
So what does when you now making Evil Lurks, what were the dynamics that you had to capture, and what's the dynamics that make a good horror movie?
Well, I mean, a horror movie is not a horror movie unless there's killing in it.
Okay.
Unless there's
gotta
blood.
have right.
Yeah, you gotta have that. I think with Evil Lurks is an art house style
art house style.
Art house style.
Okay.
Meaning just how it looks on the screen, aesthetic wise, and that sort of thing. It's a psychological horror film, so it's gonna mess with your mind more than you're gonna see a lot of body parts flying around and blood flying at the screen. Although
Gotcha.
there is that. There's a couple triggers in the movie, so I mean, if you're triggered by a couple things in life that actually do happen to real people,
Okay.
you might not want to watch it, or you might want to watch it just to check it out.
Okay.
That sort of thing. Evil Lurks, well, I mean, Evil Lurks is I don't want to say special because it's special to me, but it definitely goes the whole psychological realm.
Right.
Of that.
So what's next? What other new projects are you working on?
Well, I just got done filming a few weeks ago a commercial for a realtor friend of mine that he works for Realty Chicago out of Berwyn.
Okay.
Gustavo Nieto. In fact, I used to work with him at General Mills.
Okay.
Believe it or not, back before I did all this full time and that sort of thing, and filmed that. Now I'm trying to edit that, and that's where I actually met a famous rap artist manager.
Right.
I'm not gonna drop names because that's just.
Right. I feel
Unless
you.
I'm asked.
Okay.
Then I
okay.
will. But yeah, I got done doing that. I'm still writing. I'm writing 3 horror films right now. In fact, one of them is in the can as far as being done written. Just now waiting for the SAG-AFTRA union to, let's go SAG. Let's
Okay.
go. I need my actors. Come on, brother.
So the actors union provides you with actors?
I will, when it becomes a SAG-AFTRA project, that's when I'll reach out to,
Okay.
like A-list actors, like let's say Norman Reedus from
Right.
The Walking Dead kind of thing.
Okay.
That's when I'll reach out to their managers and say, hey, you know what? We're doing this movie. Would they be interested? And here's a one sheet, here's sides or whatever the case
Right.
may be, whatever you want to read, synopsis. I have it all,
Right.
and do it from there.
So for a person, so what's it been like getting into the film industry and making films though? I mean, you're a local boy from St. Charles, Batavia.
Yeah.
Now you got films being watched in the UK.
UK,
India,
India, Mexico,
all over the
United
place.
States, Canada. Those are my top 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
India, for some reason, loves Evil Lurks. I don't know. I don't know why. It's
Right.
just apparently those billion people over there gravitated towards it.
Yeah. So what's it been? What have you learned in doing this? I mean, what were the eye-opening moments for you?
Oh man, eye-opening moments were, having to cast a lead character 3 days before principal filming started because our lead actress had to drop out for whatever reason, probably
Right.
personal or health or whatever. So we had to do a rush call, and within 48 hours we had our new actress. And we had to tell her, oh, by the way, we're filming this weekend. You need to know these lines for these scenes. No pressure. That was eye-opening because I was expecting like a train wreck.
Right.
But what happened was this actress, she was off book. Being off book means she didn't have to look at the script to refresh her memory with the lines or anything like that. And, that happens. A lot of theater actors are like that because they have to be, because you only have one chance to get those lines or that's it.
Right. You
so-
only get one shot. If not, there's a chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Saul Olivas, good morning to you, good friend. Good morning to you. Saul, how you like the new beautiful lower third, dog? Coming up, aren't we? So who are your favorite directors?
I would say Quentin Tarantino is by all means my all-time favorite.
Okay.
He is. I don't know what it is about him. I mean, hey, am I boring you all of a sudden?
No, you're not.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, Quentin Tarantino is definitely my favorite. I loved Wes Craven.
Wes Craven.
Yeah. Let me see. Gosh, Stephen King I love because not only does he write good books, which a lot of people are questioning. They're like, well, I don't know about him, but he also made one of my all-time favorite movies, Shawshank Redemption.
He made that?
Yes. Yeah.
Are you sure?
He was part of that. Yeah.
He was?
Yes, he was.
That's a good movie.
Look it up.
Holy
Look it
cow.
up, people. Look it up.
Shawshank Redemption is a good movie.
Yep,
That
that's
is
one of
a
my
great
all-time
movie.
favorites, and it never won a major award.
You're right. That's sad. You know what's crazy? Andy Dufresne. You know who's in Shawshank Redemption that I didn't see for a while until, I don't know if there's any Sopranos fans out there, but Richie Aprile. From Sopranos.
Oh man,
he's in there. He's one of the little cast of his crew in jail, his jail crew.
Oh my god. 30 pounds lighter probably.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Halloween just passed, and I've been seeing some things too, and I'm interested to get your take on it.
All right.
I remember when there was the vampire kick. Remember that? Everything was a vampire love story, right? Now they falling in love, but he's biting his neck and all that. Now it seems like things are shifting. It's not so much vampires anymore. Now it's still kind of the wave is zombies and zombie apocalypse. That doesn't seem to gone away. What do you think about that? And I feel like some of these movies and content and stuff is kind of beating a dead horse. Like they keep rehashing things instead of, and this is the point of the question here.
Yeah.
Instead of coming with something that's original.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? I mean, you're a guy who makes, you watch, you critique. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, as from a filmmaker's perspective myself, I see like those things, they're just being recycled. I'm gonna say, for lack of a better term, because like a trend or a fad that was in style, let's say bell bottom jeans, are it's kind of like being recycled again and again and again. So it's kind of like, okay, we're just gonna,
right?
Okay, we're gonna do vampires in the 90s, and we're gonna do, let's say, zombies in 2023.
Right.
And when you mentioned zombies, I chuckled in my mind. I'm like, oh great, because in the movie Doomsday that I wrote, that I'm working on as far as getting the actors and stuff like that prepared for, has not, I don't want to say a zombie, but it's a human being that doesn't quite act like a human being, but does it. It's so hard to explain, other than, I mean, if I were to like peel my head open and say, here, this is what I'm talking about, you would understand. But for lack of a better term, it's kind of zombie-esque, and when you mention zombie, I'm like, oh no.
I gotcha. Well, there's ways to do it.
Yeah.
There's ways to do it and make it a part of the story that's compelling.
Yeah.
As opposed to just, this is Zombie Apocalypse number 3. Number 4 is coming soon. Marissa Amoni, hello there. Marissa Amoni is a dear friend of the show. Marissa Amoni, Marissa Bright PR, holler at her. She's also one of the fantastic members of the Boss Babes Collective at Wickwood House here in downtown Aurora. A bunch of awesome, determined women and their respective businesses showcasing and highlighting what goes on in our great city. The time is 8:16. Marissa says, fun. I'm obsessed with vampires. Just read Carmela, which I picked up from Yellow Bird Books in Aurora. That's a new bookstore on Stolp Avenue, and they're coming on the show soon.
Sweet.
They're coming very
Awesome.
soon. Yeah.
Cool.
David Carrose, good morning from Springfield, Illinois. David is here. David's a good friend of ours too. Birth to 5, cool. Illinois gets the shout out. Great things happening in the lives of young people and parents from age birth to 5. So let me tell you what's wrong with horror movies. Let me tell you what I don't like. Right?
Uh-oh.
No, this ain't for you, though. But you know what? I just want to chop it with you. We're just going to chop it.
Let's chop it up, brother.
Here's the thing. See, what scares me or what makes me watch a horror movie and I'm like, ooh, right? Like, oh, edge of my seat, is if it's something that's plausible. If it's something that could happen to me, it's if you know what I'm saying. Now with horror movies there is the element of the supernatural, perhaps. The house is haunted, or the mirror leads you to a portal to the unknown. I get that, and that's not necessarily plausible.
Yeah.
But what I like, as opposed to some of the CGI effects with 500 exploding heads, is if the combination of the music, the locations, good characters. I think all of those things help make a story or a plot line so, right? It's like where it was actually drama, but you're horrified. Yeah. That's what I like. What do you feel about that?
I can agree with you on that. Like there's a scene in Evil Lurks where one of the characters, and this is going to give away a little bit, but I'm willing to do that, but it might make someone watch it. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, check out Evil Lurks.
Puts a gun to his own head and pulls the trigger. You see him do the physical part to the gun to the head, and then you hear it, and he squeezes the trigger, and bam, 45 caliber bullet goes into his head. It cuts to black. That scene always gets me because you know what? That can and does happen in real life. Whereas with Doomsday, with the script that I'm waiting on actors for, could happen because it is based on like a post-apocalyptic kind of feel. Like what would happen if let's say bombs start dropping in your neighborhood? Where would you go, kind of thing? And the family finds solace or safety in their friend's nuclear bomb shelter, which is made out of an old nuclear missile silo. And there's when I say humans and zombies, is kind of a cross with that. I would like to think that if humans did survive out in the wasteland, kind of thing like that, they would like lose their minds. Like they wouldn't know who they were. They wouldn't know their names or their identity or anything like that. They would just be walking around kind of numb.
Gotcha.
So I would like to think that is kind of plausible. If someone survived a nuclear blast like that, chances are you wouldn't.
Yeah, right. I can understand because I mean it does play on the unknown of mutation and things like that. And what happens next? Radiation. What is the fallout and all that kind of stuff. So I agree with you there. Yeah.
Like with Chernobyl, the same thing happened with Chernobyl. The animals that live in the exclusion zone are mutated.
You're right.
So
you are right.
And that's reality. So
Marissa Amoni says, and I was just going to ask this question too. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, put your favorite horror movie in the chat. Do that.
Yes.
Put your favorite horror movie in the chat. We'll shout them out. The time is 8:20 a.m. Lost Boys. Is great.
Yes.
I forgot how much humor is in it. Just watched it with our 13-year-old. Lost Boys. That's a good movie. Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes.
Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, shout out. Marissa also says, Renfield is my new favorite. It's on Prime. Nicolas Cage is a great Dracula.
Oh, man. I mean,
you hating on that?
I'm not sure how I feel about Nicolas Cage as a vampire. When I saw the original artwork, Renfield, I'm like, really, dude? Come on, man. I remember you from so many other movies, like, let's say, The Family Man. I'm like, dude, no.
No, I get it. It's like me when, look, there will never be a better Doc Holliday than Val Kilmer.
Yep.
Tombstone.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw Val Kilmer as Batman, it's like, no, this is just not it. It's like, just not it.
That's supposed to be Michael. That's Michael Keaton's role, man.
Exactly. Josue Pais, good morning to you. Josue Pais, dear friend of the show. Shout out to DJ Venom. Also, he's the owner and proprietor of Harry B's Dog Parlor here in Aurora.
Awesome.
Get your dog clipped, fresh breath, and teeth cleaned at Harry B's Dog Parlor. And Marissa says, Carmela is the original Dracula book from the 1800s. Ooh. Featuring two women. Night of the Living Dead is the best. That's a good movie. You talking about the original from the 60s, right? The real creepy one? That was a good one. Ruby Sue, good morning to you. Yeah, man, I like again, I like horror movies. I do like suspense and thrillers. So I'm all over the board with them. I really am. But despite what I was saying, though, too, I'm not so critical and judgmental because I like the creative process. I do.
Yeah.
I do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I understand what people are trying to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're the Daniel Calderon, Teen Wolf, and Monster Squad.
Oh, man.
He snapped. Teen Wolf.
You went
Michael
there.
J. Fox. Yeah, he went there.
That's awesome.
At Monster Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, put your favorite horror movie in the chat. The time is 8:23 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And take a look at our beautiful lower third. Doesn't it look great? Now, we're a grand news show. Did I ask you your favorite horror movie?
I don't know.
What is your favorite horror movie?
All of them.
All of them. I'm not too sure what my favorite horror movie is. Again, I was born in '82, so I got a lot of exposure to a lot of the what now is kind of a classic era of horror movies and films, but at the same time, I was really too young to even watch all that.
Well,
I grew up in the Crypt Keeper era, Tales from the Crypt,
oh
HBO.
yeah, Tales from the Crypt. Yes,
that was
that ugly. Oh,
yes, that
God,
was
that
a.
ugly.
So I might, because then they made the spinoff show. Remember?
Yep.
So I might stick with. I think I'll go for the purpose of this conversation. I'll go for Tales from the Crypt, because the first horror movie I ever watched was The Howling. That's the first horror movie I remember like actually watching, and my cousin holding me down because I was mad scared of it.
I will say though, what inspired me to become a horror filmmaker and what inspired Evil Lurks was movies that I saw as a kid. The original Exorcist, Poltergeist.
That's a scary movie.
And Psycho.
Yeah,
and
scary.
all the old school George Romero movies. Those.
Who's George Romero?
Gosh, he did all the, I believe it's like Night of the Living Dead and that sort of thing. George A. Romero.
Okay.
I'm friends with his son George C. Romero. So
I gotta check him out.
Yeah, check them out. Yeah, they're old. They're the older school movies.
Right.
But there was an article out about his final movie that was never done, and it's going to be actually being produced. So I'm pretty excited about that. I want to see what 2023 or 2024 is going to bring to an old school script like that, which is going to be kind of cool.
Ruby Sue says that her favorite horror movie is Scream. That was a good movie.
Yes, that was a good. I like the original Scream. Yes, I will give it on
the
that.
first one was just, it was very scary. I feel like the first Scream did kind of change things. It made the horror movies step up the horror movies at the time, they had to kind of step their game up. Scream was a different kind of thing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it was. It kind of married like parody comedy with horror, in my opinion. But Terrifier 2, and a lot of people it's either a love-hate relationship with Terrifier 2. You either love it or you hate it. And I don't think there's really any in between. But I will say that they kind of brought back the slasher genre, the slasher side, and made it into like a mega slasher kind of thing.
Right.
I mean, I talked to one of the producers of that movie, and that's what he was telling me about it. And I'm good friends with him, and he's so like amped up and charged up for the new one to come out, which is going to be next year, October.
Okay.
For Terrifier 3, and I can't wait for that to come out. Of course, I'm advertising. It's not competition because we're all filmmakers, we're all family, that kind of thing. So I like to advertise for everyone out there. I try to.
Nice, man. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
8:26 is the time. So when is your the latest films that you're working on? When are they expected to be completed, finished, or when's production? And it seems like we still got some ways away because you're writing one of them now, right?
I'm writing two of them right now. I'm writing. Doomsday is complete. That's done being written.
Okay.
The budget's done. Everything is complete. We're just waiting on SAG to do its thing. I didn't want to do all the waivers and all that stuff for SAG. I just wanted to wait because I didn't want to, let's say, start filming and pay the actors and, oh, by the way, you got to pay them 20% more. No, I don't want to deal with that.
Right.
So then I have another script called Hell's Gate, which I'm about 60% done, and that's based on a cult, kind of Charles Manson-ish, and there's 6 unique kills in that movie, which I'm not going to get into on air because that's, they're pretty gruesome. And the other one right now, the working title is called The Pulse, and that has to do with doctors in the medical industry kind of luring people in, giving them like false diagnoses, because that does happen in real life. Doctors are corrupt. Some of them are. No shade to any of them, but because they do their jobs. But these 2 doctors, they're husband and wife and that sort of thing, and they lure them in and give them some psychotropic drugs and have them act all crazy and stuff like that, and end up killing them in unique ways.
Oh Lord,
it's gonna be insane. That's all I know.
So Daniel Calderon also says Final Destination.
Yes.
And Saw.
Yeah. Saw. What sequel are they on? Like 963 for Saw now?
I think that the last I remember was Saw 3. I wasn't a fan of Saw.
No,
I wasn't really a fan. I saw the first one. I thought it was good, but like But again, it's that plausibility thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is there really a dude out there doing this?
I think they're on but real talk, I think they're on Saw X or Saw 10 or whatever. And I'm like, how far are they going to take it? It's like, I mean, I understand doing sequels if it's warranted. If you leave the ending open for a sequel, like I kind of did with Evil Lurks,
right? Then
maybe yes. But to leave the ending open for 10 sequels, really? I don't know.
Interesting. Well, the time is 8:29 a.m. So we're gonna be definitely following up with you, man.
Absolutely.
Shouting out what you do, sharing the work as we do, hitting the like button for you.
Yep.
If we can help you do anything, please follow Aaron Hawkins and Evil Lurks on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Tubi.
Yep, we're on Tubi.
You're on Tubi.
Apple TV, Popsy on Plex, it was Cinedigm, but now it's Cineverse.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely follow. I'm going to be starting a new podcast tonight at 7 p.m. Central called Hump Day.
Okay.
So that's going to be interesting. We're going to be talking about relationships. By no means am I an expert, so don't take my advice as gospel because I'm a horror filmmaker, not a relationship expert.
Okay. All right. It's all good.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you for having me again,
Appreciate you, man. No doubt.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, check out Evil Lurks and stay tuned for all the great media and film that our dear friend Aaron here will be producing. Next, we're going to go to a commercial, and then we'll come back and talk to you guys on the other side with some quick news. We have a shorter program today. We have our monthly Compañeros en Salud meeting, which we'll be going to a little bit later. But for right now, enjoy this commercial, and we'll see you soon.
My dream for all of our residents in the city of Aurora is that everybody has the equal opportunity for success. Everyone. But what inspired me to start the Aurora Financial Empowerment Center is the fact that once I became mayor, we identified that a large portion of our community is living at or below the poverty level. And recognizing that we can't progress as a city unless we all progress together, I wanted to make sure that our challenged communities where folks were living at or below the poverty level had the same financial opportunities as everyone else in our city. I think since we've started since April 2020, we've been very successful.
Specifically, I wanted to buy a house and get settled in Chicago. So that was the reason I reached out to FEC. I improved my credit score. I saved money from my down payment. I opened a savings account at Old Second Bank. And today I'm able to do a 10% of down payment for my house. I'm really excited. I'm very happy. And the best part is this is going to be my own house. This is my first property I'm going to buy.
Nosotros venimos aquí con ustedes porque necesitamos ayuda para poder comprar una casa. Entonces, cuando fuimos con la persona que nos iba a ayudar para la casa, nos dijo que estábamos demasiado endeudados y no íbamos a poder hacer lo que necesitábamos, quien nos ayudara en ese proceso para salir de las deudas de tarjeta de crédito.
Y pues teníamos planeado para el año que entra tener todo, pero yo pienso que a lo mejor va a ser antes. A como vamos y como nos estás asesorando, yo pienso que va a ser antes.
We've already served 470 clients. In total, they've saved nearly $180,000 and reduced their debt by $475,000. The average credit score increased 34 points, and one client even increased hers by 112 points within 8 months.
What brought me to the Financial Empowerment Center was really being down on my financial luck. I had this huge loom of financial stress constantly over me, and I just had my car repossessed. I was behind on all of my bills, and I wanted to file bankruptcy. I thought I had no other choice. I did not think that I would even be able to probably send my daughter to college before I came to the FEC. My feelings were embarrassment. I hadn't really ever talked to anyone about my financial situation or just how bad it really was. Paul helped me set goals for opening a proper banking account, raising my credit score, setting a budget, and also building a savings. I have accomplished all of those goals with Paul. I have over $1,200 in my savings account. I have a nice healthy balance in my checking account now. I have checking and savings accounts. I've boosted my credit score about 25 points, and I have bills on auto pay now.
Porque de verdad mucha gente necesita ayuda, pero como no sabemos o no nos saben dar la información, nos quedamos con esa espinita de que tal vez la persona que nos está ayudando nos quiere perjudicar, y no es así. Nos dan la ayuda, pero también hay que darle la confianza a la persona que nos está ayudando. Y yo sí recomendaría tu programa y se lo recomendaría a toda mi familia, porque en verdad haces muy buen trabajo.
It's a good idea for a financial institution to sponsor the FEC because they're ensuring that they have future clients to participate in their banks or financial institutions. The more success our clients that participate in the FEC have, the more they're going to need to have banks to support their healthy bank accounts and to help them buy homes and cars. We now have 27 community partners adding capacity to these organizations and complementing their services. The Aurora FEC is changing the way we conduct anti-poverty strategies.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. The time is 8:35 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. So it's helpful information from the Financial Empowerment Center here in Aurora, located at 712 South River Street. In partnership with the Neighbor Project and many other great community partners, it's a fantastic place for you and your family to come learn budgeting, saving, and many other helpful tips for your household. I also work there too, so who knows? You might be able to see a brother from time to time. Right now, we're going to get into the news and let you guys know what's happening out there in the city of Aurora. A couple of quick pieces that we have for you guys that are nonetheless important for you to please take with you going into this weekend. So first things first is Coffee and Connections. That's going to be taking place today. It's presented by the Aurora Regional Chamber of Commerce. These Coffee and Connections, they go one of two ways. This one is free for members and non-members. Sometimes there are others that do have a fee, like $10 for free for a member, $10 for a non-member, $20 for non-members, and things like that. But they're very helpful initiatives. Come through, meet people, network. Coffee's good, people are good, so they're a fantastic time. This one today is going to be sponsored by Serve Pro. So please go there, show out, have a good time, and it's going to be from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. So it's going on right now. Just started. But Coffee and Connections, Aurora Regional Chamber of Commerce. That's your news for that. Next, ladies and gentlemen, is the senior clothing drive. This is very important as well. The Neighbor Project, located here in downtown Aurora, 32 South Broadway, is teaming up with Everlasting Word Church on the west side of Aurora. We're collecting all kinds of clothing specifically for seniors: hats, scarves, gloves, coats, anything that can help keep people warm. There's a lot of people who are not in good shape as we go into the winter months and the colder months. So we want to do what we can to support folks. Anyway, the two drop-off locations, like I just mentioned, Neighbor Project, right downtown, 32 South Broadway, or Everlasting Word Church, 22 North Highland. If you have clothes to deliver for seniors, please do. We appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Sherry Spears is here. Good morning to you, Sherry Spears. But please donate some clothing. The clothing should be new or gently used. New or gently used. And then, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget that this Saturday is the Veterans Day Parade, which is going to be taking place here in downtown Aurora. Friday is Veterans Day, Friday the city is closed, rather. Excuse me. Friday, the city's closed. There will be no Good Morning Aurora on Friday, but then Veterans Day is going to be Saturday. I will be out and about for that. You will see me capturing news and good stories and meeting people. So look forward to seeing you guys. But don't forget that Veterans Day parade and ceremony is going to be this Saturday, and City Hall is closed on Friday, there will be no Good Morning Aurora. So hope that you guys can have a good time and shout out and celebrate all the veterans in your lives and the veterans that you know. Aaron Hawkins, who was just here on the show, is a Navy veteran and he's an Army veteran. And we've been proud as a show to interview a whole lot of veterans. Yvonne from the Cottonseed Creative Exchange, she's also a veteran. She's a great person too. So there's a lot of people in the community who are veterans and do a really good job. So don't forget to come on out for that. It's going to be a really good time. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the week, we have some amazing opportunities and activities taking place. Buenos Dias Aurora has been going really good. So there's another great show and interview for you guys tomorrow to check out. So please do that. And other than that, we have our Compañeros en Salud meeting, which is going to be starting soon. Health resources for the community are what we're working on. There's also a couple of forums that are going to be taking place, working with the Fox Valley Park District and the Fox Valley United Way. So that's two of their other great initiatives that are taking place, and they're going to be happening very, very soon. So please stay tuned for that. All right, the time is 8:39 a.m. This has been a fantastic episode, and we appreciate you guys for watching the show so much. Alex, if you can, put the lower third back up there, young man, and I want to show you guys something. We have grown and moved up, ladies and gentlemen. So this is our fantastic lower third. We are going to be updating this daily so you guys can see all the magic of who's coming on the show and some of the different sections as well. Let us know what you guys think about it in the comments. If you like it, let us know. If you don't like it, let us know. Say, oh, Curtis, you know what? Can it be a little bit bigger? Can you make it a little smaller? What's up with those colors, man? But I think it looks very pretty, and I'm proud of it too. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, have a good rest of the day. Have a positive day, a beautiful day. We will see you guys tomorrow.
Cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.